All right, we are live, baby. Let's get it. Let's see. Let's start her up. Make sure everything's plugged in. This mic needs to be closer to my face. All right, perfect. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 50 of the Idols to Rivals podcast. We are halfway to 100. When I started this podcast a year and a half ago, I didn't think it would get to 50 episodes. I didn't think we'd get to 20 episodes. It took a while. We had some ups, we had some downs, and this is actually the last episode of May. So we made it all the way through May. Every Wednesday was an episode uploaded, which was 4 episodes, whatever it may be. But yeah, we made it through. I'm excited about it. I can't wait to get to 100. It's going to be another great milestone. There's a lot of things in the works with this podcast. There's a lot of things in the works for another podcast that I won't allude too much to. There's some strings that need to be pulled. There's some things that need to line up for it to work, but I think it's going to be a great one. And I've talked to some people about it, and all the reactions I've been getting have been good. So I think it's time to pull the trigger on that one. So there may be another podcast coming soon, but my name is Jack. If you've never listened to an episode of this podcast, I film this podcast live. I film it on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. I film it for Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, all the above. Everything where you can find a podcast, this will be on it. There's an audio and a video version, like I said, on YouTube. If you just look up Jack Hummell on Instagram, on YouTube, everything, Idols to Rivals, in the search bar on YouTube, you'll find it. But yeah, this is episode 50. We're kind of getting real, kind of getting serious. It's been a journey. It's been a long ride. Like I said, it's been about a year and a half since this started. It started a long time ago. It started with no video, started in the middle of COVID. Actually, right before COVID started, I think, is whenever this really got kicked off. And then COVID obviously took the world by storm. But yeah, 50 episodes in. I'm super excited. I appreciate everyone that listens to it. I appreciate everyone that's just discovered it, whether I know you in real life or not. It really does mean a lot that you guys take the time out of your day to listen to me to speak, or whether you watch the video on YouTube, whatever it may be. But go check out both versions. They can be pretty fun. And you'll notice if you're watching on the video version right now on the live stream, I am wearing some ridiculous outfit. I'm wearing a trucker hat, a corduroy trucker hat. Says Corona Extra on it. I'm wearing the biggest sunglasses I could find, and a Mark Martin NASCAR tank top, because we're bringing the 80s back this summer. I don't know if you've heard, but I will be the first one to tell you the 80s are coming back. So just be ready. I raid your parents' closet, go wherever you need to go, get on eBay quick, because we were searching on eBay with my roommates, and everything that's of value on eBay is getting either swooped up quick, or it's being charged $150 for a t-shirt that somebody's grandpa wore 50 times, and there's holes in it and cigarette burns and whatever else is other stains are on it. People are catching on. So it is going to be an 80s summer. We're crop topping everything. That's guys, girls, whoever you are, grandpas. I don't really care. We're going to crop top every single article of clothing that you own. So just be ready for that. And bringing back the 80s vibe, bringing it back. If you've checked my phone, literally I have 4 tabs open that says, 80s beach outfits. That's just how it is. I didn't make the rules. It was just kind of bestowed upon me to share this information with you guys, but that's what's going to happen. And I'm ready for it. If you couldn't tell, like I said, check out the video version on YouTube. If you just search Idols to Rivals or Jack Hummell, you'll find it on YouTube. I live stream them, so you can watch them live. They're normally later on a Wednesday is when I record them, just because that's when everything kind of gets straightened out. I'm done with work, and I can take the time to film it, take the time to record it, get all the lighting set up, get everything like that. And this is the first time I've ever worn an outfit on it. It's never been really exciting before. But in sports news, there's been some spicy stuff, especially if you are a fan of pro golf, which I am not the biggest of, granted, but they went to the Kiowa Ocean Course, which is one of my favorite places on earth. I always go there. We would go there with family all the time. It's one of the most beautiful places on earth. If you haven't looked up the Ocean Course, go check it out on Google, whatever it may be. I'm sure you can Instagram it, but the Ocean Course is beautiful. It's one of the coolest courses I've ever been to, one of the cool courses that I know people that play golf have been to. And at the end of it, Bryce Shambo, or DeChambeau, however you say his name, got into it with Brooks Koepka. Brooks Koepka obviously audibly and visually hates this guy, and I'm team Brooks Koepka. So if you want to get on the winning team, hop on now. That's what I'd recommend. But you need it in golf. You need a little back and forth. Nobody watches golf. Golf is boring as shit. I understand. There was a little bit of wager in the workplace about who's going to win and things like that, and that kind of spiced it up. I wasn't involved in it because I didn't know enough about golf, and I really didn't think it'd be that exciting. And then it turns into we're all watching golf for 3 days straight, figuring out who's about to win the whole work pot, and it was exciting. So, and wagering on things is not normally my speed, not really the biggest sports gambler in the world, but it was very entertaining, and I didn't even have any skin in the game. So they audibly hate each other. I think there's a little bit of an alpha on alpha sort of situation. And then there was this amazing video of Bryson curling 100s, which wasn't really a curl. It was more of, okay, let me swing my whole body, kind of a row setup. It was very interesting. Go check it out on Instagram. Like I said, even if you're not into golf, I'm sure you saw the video of Brooks Koepka just getting super pissed off when he walks by. He completely stopped the interview, and the interviewer was like, "Hey, do you want to air this?" He's like, "I don't really give a shit, dude. Can we just be done with this?" So that's what golf needed. Other news, big football news. If you haven't listened to this before, football is kind of my sport. That's what that's all I really am focused on. I'm getting a little more into hockey just because I think hockey still has that edge. Hockey still has that fun to it, even though their marketing is horrible. I don't even know when games are on. I just watch highlights and fight videos, to be honest with you. But Julio Jones was kind of set up. And so another thing, even if you're not into sports, you probably have seen these clips of Shannon Sharpe calling Julio Jones and holding the phone up to the microphone, kind of how I'm doing now, holding the phone up to the microphone, asking Julio Jones, who is former Alabama player, best wide receiver in the league for the past 10 years, and asks him, hey, are you going to stay around on the Atlanta Falcons? And he goes, oh, hell no, I'm out of there, or whatever he says. And he was not informed that he was live on air. And so not only is that kind of just not the biggest bro move in the world, and kind of, going behind his back. If he didn't know, we still don't know if he was aware of it or not, kind of ruins the trade stock for the Falcons and maybe even Julio if people kind of look down upon this. But it is also kind of illegal. If you did not know, you can't record a phone call, one side of a phone call, unless the other person gives you consent in certain states. So I believe it's under wiretapping. There was a wannabe cop that was all over YouTube. He actually filmed himself. He would wear body cams thinking that impersonating a police officer, and filmed himself committing a bunch of felonies. One of them being he filmed himself holding a phone up to his microphone while he was cussing out this woman for him stopping traffic when he's not a police officer. So he got video footage of himself breaking another law. It was very entertaining, but we'll see about that. I doubt there's going to be any lawsuit between Julio Jones and Shannon Sharpe. I can't see how that would play out. I can't see how that would be a thing. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, but either way, it was not a cool move to record him if he didn't know. Once again, my money's on that he did know, and this was kind of just to speed the trade process up. Apparently, he's been wanting to be traded since March, and I would love to see him go to the Indianapolis Colts, but as the Colts almost always do, as soon as I hate a player, they trade for him. As soon as I love a player, they get rid of him, whatever it may be. Fingers crossed, if Julio Jones gets in there to the Indianapolis Colts, I will be pumped, and we will win 3 Super Bowls in a row. And you heard it here first on May 26th on the Idols to Rivals podcast, episode 50 nonetheless. So I'm calling it out now. Other current events, crypto is going crazy. I don't know if a lot of you are in crypto. I have $100 in Doge, and at one point it was $1,100. Should have got out. I still have a little faith that it's going to pop up, even though it's a joke. I saw GameStop was coming back hot. Still don't know about that. I know somebody, and I've spoke about this whenever it did happen a few months ago. I knew somebody that threw about $2,000 in, and they came out with 40. So there is something to be said with all these crazy meme stocks and all these joke stocks and things like that. People are making money, but I think at the end of the day, if you're only going into it, you're going to lose more money in the long run because it is a complete gamble, these things. Do I think crypto has merit? 100%. Do I think it's the future? Yes. I think there's no other way that there could be a future. Green money, greenbacks, physical money is gone. You already know how many of you use cash that isn't for cover at a bar, probably none, or at a strip club. It's kind of useless. Now, I don't know how you're going to throw Bitcoins at exotic dancers, but it will be the future just because of the deregulation. And I know there's being laws and things like that talks about to try to cut it down. And that's why there's kind of been a dip, but it'll never happen. There's no way that you could. It just does. Even someone who has such little knowledge about crypto as I do, I know that can't happen. And as soon as one country decides to regulate crypto, blah, blah, then you know what? All the markets are going to go somewhere else. They're going to go to a place where it's not regulated and where they can get it tax-free or regulation-free or tariff-free, whatever it may be. But if you're looking into crypto, I would do a lot of research. Like I said, I haven't bought any Bitcoin. I haven't bought any Ethereum, any of that, just because I don't know enough about it. And I'm staying pretty liquid right now because of how things are going. The fact that plywood is skyrocketing, gas is skyrocketing, which is coming down a little bit, and ammo, all those kind of things that are just absolutely flying. And that's kind of why I bought a bunch in the gas stocks whenever Biden got elected, because I had a feeling that once you close on the pipeline, it'll probably be, gas prices will probably go up. And this isn't a political statement or anything like that. I just thought it was a good move, and it's been paying off very well. Although, all my friends back in Houston aren't pumped about it that are in the oil industry, but there's ups and there's downs. So I'm sure it'll get back to normal, but it's just been a wild ride. I look back on all this stuff and all these events we've talked about. We've gone through 2 Super Bowls at this point on this podcast. The first podcast episode was filmed the day after Kobe died. COVID, this whole podcast has literally been born since COVID was a thing, and only since COVID was a thing. And now I know everything's kind of opening back up. There's NHL stadiums are packed, which is exciting. I think the NFL announced like 30 out of the 32 teams have announced full attendance for the season. Colts being one of them that haven't, which is awesome. I love how they're just like stressing me out just that much more. But as long as Miami does, then we can go down to the Miami game, because Miami does play the Colts at home, which is exciting. I get to see my boy Tua and Jalen again, obviously going to college with them. It would be awesome to see them just connect on like an 80-yard bomb, just like down in Bryant-Denny. But, Memorial Day weekend is coming up. I'm super excited for it. Of course, I fly away from basically the United States of Bahamas down here to go up to Ohio to see a relative graduate. So it'll be fun. It'll be great to see the whole family, but it's like, damn, I wish I was on a boat down here. But it's just, you live and you learn. And like I've said 1,000 times and been made fun of for, the 4th of July is going to be absolutely rowdy. And I'm very excited for it. Very excited for it. And I know I kind of touched on the topic before, but if you are watching this video, like I said, there is an audio version and a video version. You will see that my outfit is on point, I guess is the only way to put it, or, fucking perfect is how others would say. I wouldn't say that about myself, but, some would. And so just be ready. This 80s theme goes until the summer ends. And to be fully honest with you, I'm not 100% sure what month summer ends in. I missed that day in elementary school. So I know it's like 3 months long because, 4 seasons, 3 months. I know summer and winter, and that's all that really matters. But can't wait for summer. Can't wait for everything like that. And it's going to be different. This has been not the first summer out of school for me and a lot of my friends that, we're all the same age. So we graduated, whatever it may be, in 2019, December or May of 2019, whatever you may have been in. I did do a victory lap there just to get an extra football season. But this is the first kind of summer out of school that hasn't been affected by COVID. Obviously, last summer, COVID was a thing, so we didn't really get a real summer. A lot of people that I know were unemployed. A lot of people, even if they weren't unemployed or were let go, their work, it wasn't, you didn't go to work. There was a couple months there where nobody was working except for essential workers, your truck drivers, your construction workers. So there never really was. It was kind of just a normal school summer. And if you guys are in college right now, you'll know summers are great and they're horrible at the same time. Summers are great because, there's no schoolwork. But at the same time, you get 3 minutes at home with your parents and you're like, okay, well, we're not blacking out at noon at a Darty, so I'm going to need to drive back to school. And you realize, hey, I don't want to hang out with my high school friends anymore. It kind of sucks. They're weird. Or if they're your friends that you went to school with, you guys just band up together for 3 months and just count down the days to get back to school. But, with COVID, it wasn't really like that. It was, we just got out of school. We need to find jobs. Can't find jobs. If you found a job, you're either laid off or told not to come into work for 3 months. And so this will be the first summer that things kind of get exciting, packed with in a new city with new people. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. We're going to document the whole journey. If you guys watched, I just uploaded a video today about my birthday party. We went to Shooters. I think it's just called Shooters Bar and Grill or something like that. And from the title, from the name, you'd think it's just kind of this shitty beach bar but it's not. It's totally cool. There's turf. There's cabanas, bottomless mimosas on Saturday and Sunday, and I think an all-you-can-eat buffet with, like I said in the video, it was like crab cakes, there was lobster, there was bacon, there was and all your breakfast food mixed with seafood that was caught right out of the intercoastal, right off the ocean, which you're right on. So I'd recommend if you're in Fort Lauderdale, go check that out. Like I said in the video, you should go check it out. It was awesome. We had the best table in the house, the middle of the entire row. If you'll see whenever I'm panning around in those videos, you'll see there's just nothing quite like a brunch vibe. Everyone, you have people coming up. We had a guy at the very end. He was saying, yeah, you guys got to start drinking. And you have a 2-hour table limit just because they know people would sit there all day. And I believe it's for the bottomless mimosas and the endless amount of the buffet, because it wasn't all you can eat buffet, and not the one at your Motel 6 where people are sneezing on it and shit like that. It was decadent. And that's a three-letter word. That's a fuck. I don't even know what to say. That's a big word, but it was exciting. And the guy that came up to behind us was talking about, oh, you guys need to drink more. You got such a big table. Why aren't you guys drinking? And literally the waitress was standing behind him waiting for him to move because there was 2 more bottles of champagne coming. It was a great time with great people. And then, like I said, we went out on the boat. We drove it all around. We parked up at a sandbar for a little bit. And it really doesn't get any better from that. You know, we went from just hopping around college parties to now we're driving boats around and anchoring up and just drinking. You know, that used to be a weekend thing, a spring break thing, a summer thing, but now that's what you can do every day of the week if you wanted to. If you really wanted to, there are people that do it. All these real estate agents that live around here, because everyone's a real estate agent. You'll come to realize every Instagram model that you meet is a real estate agent. It's just how it works. And apparently real estate's the game to get into, and I'm about it. I support it. Like, go get it. And then you'll see them on yachts and things like that. It's cool. You can do it every day of the week. This isn't just a vacation. And I was speaking about it with someone earlier in the week. I'm waiting for that moment of just, you know, like, I'm not leaving this place. I am not here on spring break. This isn't a situation where I crawl back to my Motel 6 with 3 of my buddies and we have 2 more days. We got to figure out how we're going to get back. And oh my God, we're running out of money. It's just, it's surreal. And people that grew up here, I can't imagine how it would get old. But speaking with people that have grown up on beaches like this, or grew up in Miami, or grew up here in Fort Lauderdale or Boca, you kind of get over it. And I understand that. But for me, for someone coming from, you know, suburbs, wasn't anything bad by any means, but coming from suburbs and seeing this lifestyle and then knowing that for some people this was just like their, hey, you want to go have a bonfire? It's like, no, instead let's go to the beach. Or hey, we're throwing a party at Sam's place, and it's like, okay, well is that on the intercoastal? Is that where is that? And it's just like, okay, we can party on the beach, we can party at a beach house, at a waterfront house. And this was just their lives, which I think is super sick. I wish I would have had something like that. And it just makes you appreciate, you know, if you're, especially this last year spent up in northern Alabama, it makes you appreciate what you have down here, and knowing that you can go to the beach every day, you can tan, you can go for a run, you can walk your dog. There's dogs everywhere in this city, and it's just a really active, I wouldn't say young, parts of it are young, but there's a lot of older money here as well. And everyone's kind of on the same vibe. It's not like any of this, like, oh, keep the noise down, because these bars will be blasting music until 4 a.m. every night of the week, literally every night of the week. That's not an exaggeration. That's not me being facetious. Literally every night of the week. And then at like 4 o'clock, they all just shut their music off. And that's only because they're not packed. If they were packed, they would go all night, because we've been at bars till 6 a.m. before, and they just don't stop. There is no regulation. There is no nothing like that where, hey, bars got to shut down. They just wait till it's dead and they're not making enough money to pay for the bartenders that are still there. So then they shut it down. So it's a cool vibe. Like I said, I love being here. This summer is going to be wild. A bunch of plans. Maybe go to Bimini. I mean, it's only 53 nautical miles away. The fact that I'm even talking about that I'm going to get on a boat with my passport and just end up in another country is amazing. I missed out on a Bimini spring break trip, I think 2 years ago. We went to Boca. Funny enough, we were up in Boca, just me and my one roommate, because all of our plans got canceled beforehand. And we just drove the 12 hours, whatever it was, down to Boca. And there was a huge spring break group of all people that went to Alabama that went to Bimini. And it looked gorgeous. And now people are making plans to go to Bimini, you know, on a Saturday or a Friday to a Sunday, and just like sleep on the boat. The fact that those are conversations being held right now is just immaculate. It's one of the greatest things that I enjoy about being in this place. And the people here are great. Like I said, everyone's kind of on the same vibe. The point I tried to make a couple episodes ago, and I think I've done it in the vlog as well, is living by the water is great with the whole aspect. Like I said, you get to go to the sandbar every weekend. You can go every day if you wanted to. You get to go to Bimini. You can do all these things. Or if you're not located in South Florida, if you're in a different spot, or if you're on the other side, if you're on the Gulf side, like in Tampa or St. Petersburg or California, same sort of concept, is just the vibe of people. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you're 80, it doesn't matter if you're 18. Everyone kind of gets the same vibe. Everyone's hanging out, everyone gets it, everyone's more chill. Things aren't as rushed. No one's just like jumping down people's throats. In some aspects, like obviously if you're working and screwing up, yes, but everyone's trying to eat good food. Everyone's trying to have a good time. Everyone's trying to catch a little bit of a buzz and just go about their business. And that's what it's all about. That's what I always enjoyed when I go to the beach for vacations, whether it be over summer or spring break. That's what I always enjoyed. And that's the thing I think a lot of people take for granted whenever they move here. And moving down here, just trying to enjoy that aspect of just like the people are on the same vibe. Everybody's here because it's great weather. I mean, I keep waiting for a bad day, and I have come to find out and have been warned multiple times about during the summer, there'll be a rainstorm, like a torrential downpour for about 30 minutes every day for the summer. And that's just part of how it is in South Florida. But getting used to the weather of just, okay, is it going to be a bad day? Like checking the weather is pointless down here because it's 84 degrees every single day, 84 and sunny every single day. And then one black wall of rain comes from the Gulf out to the ocean, rains for 30 minutes max, and then it's back to normal, back to the sun. And of course, I've spent all this time, I've talked about it in a couple of videos, designing, hoodies, beanies, stuff like that. And by the time it's all said and done, I'm now in South Florida where you cannot wear a hoodie. It is just way too hot. So now we got to change pace. That's why we're kind of sticking with the 80s vibe. Like I said, like you can see in this video, 80s are coming back. It's the future, it's the past, time's a flat circle. We all know about it. It's just what we've come to accept. It's just what we've come to know over this millennia of mankind, is that the 80s will come back. And I'm ready for it. And I hope you are too. I hope everyone's getting ready for summer. I hope everyone's excited. I don't know. This month of May, people have just been great. People have been, like I said, just for lack of a better term, just on the same page of just everyone's ready for summer. Everyone's ready for things to get back to normal. And it could be with all this COVID stuff kind of chilling out and dying down and sports coming back with full stadiums and just it feels like a breath of fresh air. It feels like things are going back to normal because they are. And you can tell just look around tomorrow whenever you're talking to people. Look around and see how everyone's reacting. Talk to them about their plans. See how excited they get. And think about where we were a year ago. Think about how hard we worked to get through all this shit to now be like, oh yeah, I'm going here for the summer, or oh yeah, I'm going on a trip that got canceled a year and a half ago and I had to wait 2 years to go do this. And things are getting back to normal and I love it. And I can feel it. You can feel it in the air. It's just people are getting excited for life again. And it's awesome. It's great. And I appreciate everybody for listening to the podcast. I can't believe we're 50 episodes in. We're 25 episodes of the vlog in. There will be more vlogs. I know I've been so inconsistent on it. But I'm figuring it out as we go. I was trying to figure out where to get music. I now have a plug for some music for the videos, for the B-roll, whenever I can't be talking over, because I try to film at these clubs. I try to film at these bars that we go out to because that's where all the action's at. That's where all the fun is. But the problem is they're blasting copyrighted music. So if you don't know how it works, you can't really post that. Or else, your favorite DJ is going to be up my ass looking for royalties. And, your boy can't do that at the moment. So we are figuring it out. There will be more videos coming soon. I'll be documenting the journey tomorrow, and also the journey back to Ohio to see the fam and celebrate with everybody. And so if your stuff's opening up, it wasn't really closed down here in the South, Florida, Alabama, Georgia. They were closed, but it was kind of iffy. It wasn't really the most closed it could have been, like other places where you're legit were locked down and had curfews. Go see your people, go hang out with your friends, go see everybody. I know it's been tough for a lot of people. There's been a lot of mental health stuff. And I know May being mental health awareness stuff, just, reach out to somebody, reach out to people. Being locked away sucks, especially if you got your own demons. Just reach out to somebody, whether it be a family member, a friend you haven't talked to. Just reach out to somebody, say, hey, the world's getting back to normal. Like whatever's weighing you down, just know you'll be able to fucking run around and go do what you want and go out and go to the movies or whatever you're into. Go play violin at a park. I don't know. But just notice it, say something, be cool, and just reach out. And like I said, tomorrow, whenever you're at work or if you're running around, just look at life getting back to normal. Look at things, look at people outside. You know, I think there'll be a silver lining to everything. And I think there's a silver lining to this COVID bullshit. And I don't know what it is yet, but I think that when we do, it'll all be worth it in the long term. And if it's not, it happens. So you're going to have to live with it anyway. So you might as well make up an excuse as to why it happened. And then it puts a smile on your face. But I appreciate you guys for listening so much. It's been a ride, and we are only getting started. And I'm super excited. Like I said, if you guys are listening on the audio version, go look up Jack Hummell on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. That's where I try to pour my soul into. That's what I love. I love videography. I love photography. And we're getting better with every episode. And if you're watching on the video version, if you're watching live, I appreciate you guys. If you're watching the post when it's already done and recorded like that, I appreciate you again. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and go check out the audio version. It's normally a little better quality audio, obviously, but it's on Spotify. Just search Idols to Rivals. It's on Apple Music. It's on Google Play if you have an Android. And I appreciate you guys. And tell a friend, tell a friend about it. Trying to get this podcast to grow, trying to reach out to people, trying to build just a squad or a community, I guess would be a better word, of people that are just getting after it. Because once you have people supporting you, it's all this shit's easy. This whole life thing's easy. As soon as you have people, having your back saying go for it. And that's the toughest part, is getting through that fear of telling people what you really want to do. Because it can be embarrassing when 98% of people, clown you or tell you, that's not going to work. There's no way. It didn't work for me. It didn't work for my friend that did it too. But, everyone's going to tell you that. But as soon as you get a squad of people telling you can do it, and that's kind of what I want to be, is in that community of people that are going after it. So I appreciate you guys for watching it. Keep going. Whatever you're doing. Like I said, I don't care if you want to make puka shell necklaces on the beach. Make sure you sell me one at a discount. But get after it, guys. I appreciate you for listening, especially episode 50. Can't wait to see you guys at episode 100 and every episode in between. Love you guys. Have a great weekend, and get after it. All right, YouTube. Damn, wasn't even looking at myself. This shit is hard, bro. God, I got to get more tank tops. But I appreciate you guys for listening. I hope you like the get up. I hope you like the attire. It's a little different this time. I don't know. I'm kind of fucking with it. But make sure you guys leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. Tell a friend. Show them the YouTube channel. Show them the podcast. It really helps me out. We're slowly growing. That's all that matters. And just get after whatever you're going for. It's going to be worth it. I promise you. Whatever happens, the struggles, the pain, just get after it. But appreciate you guys. See you in the next one. Peace.